where did you go? Chapter 10, the deliverance of the Yamala-arjuna trees, and verse number 39 today. Am I correct, Prabhu? 39?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-unmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So text number 39. Shri Sukha Uvacha Itham Sankirtitastabhyam Bhagavan Gokuleshwara Damna Cholu Kale Baddha Prahasanna Aha Guhyako. It's a very beautiful verse again. It's very beautiful to sing also. Shri Sukha Uvacha Itham Sankirtitastabhyam Bhagavan Gokuleshwara Damna Cholu Kale Baddha Prahasanna Aha Guhyako. Shri Sukha Uvacha Ittam Sankirtitastabhyam Bhagavan Gokuleshwara Damna Cholu Khale Baddha Prahasanna Aha Guhyako. Synonym, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Sukha Uvacha, Shri Sukadeva Goswami continued to speak. Itham, in this way as aforesaid. Sankirtitaha, being glorified and praised. Tabhyam, by the two young demigods. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gokul Ishvaraha, the Master of Gokul, because he is Sarva Loka Maheshwara. Damna, by the rope. Cha, also Ulukhale, on the wooden mortar. Baddha, bound. Prahasan, smiling. Aha, said. Guhyako, unto the two young demigods. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami continued, the two young demigods thus offered prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Sri Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, is the master of all and was certainly Gokuleshwara, the master of Gokul, he was bound to the wooden mortar by the ropes of the gopis, and therefore smiling widely, he spoke to the sons of Kuver the following words. Purport. Krishna was smiling because he was thinking to himself, these two young demigods fell from the higher planetary system to this planet, and I have delivered them from the bondage of standing for a long time as trees. I think they stood there for 20,000 years. But as for me, I am bound by the ropes of the gopis and am subject to their chastisements. In other words, Krishna submits to being chastised and bound by the gopis because of pure love and affection, worthy of being praised by a devotee in so many ways. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhaktivedanta Parvats ki jai. We are very fortunate actually to be able to even remember Lord Damodar, the pastime, even after a month of Damodar has finished. For me personally, every year our Guru, our spiritual master takes us to parikrama in and around Vrindavan. This time he took us to Mayapur and Jagannath Puri. And even though most times we go, but sometimes we decide not to go, but then at the last moment we decide to go. And it's just beautiful that, you are with the devotees, you're chanting the holy name, here the word Sankirtitas is used, Sankirta. As we know, Sankirta means, here Prabhupada says, being glorified and praised. But Sankirtita means complete glorification. So we'll come to that. And when this mood of loving devotional service to Sri Damodar is there, we want to extend it as much as possible. You've got a month and then you've got Bhishma Panchak, but then you want to extend it a little bit more. So by the grace of Viraj Krishna Prabhu, when we are almost at the conclusion of this Leela, we are still able to meditate on Lord Damodar and his wonderfully sweet pastimes. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udhirayet नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So I would also request everyone, not as a homework, but just as a part of meditation. This whole Leela, it took a whole day for Krishna to wake up in the morning. Mother Yashoda is churning the yogurt to make butter. And then, it just goes on and on and on. And at every stage, Krishna's sweetness is exhibited. There is the Braja Prema, the Braja Bhakti of Mother Yashoda. The highest form of Vatsalya Rasa is shown here. Then from every part of this Leela, can we meditate on some point? And maybe if we have some time today, maybe we can unmute ourselves and share, okay, from this part I learned this. Like when Mother Yashoda is running after Krishna, the flowers are thinking, no, I want to reduce the burden on mother's head, so I should get down. And then they fall down. Some flowers are thinking, I want to be trampled by Lord Krishna's lotus feet, so I want to get down, so they fall down. This way, the milk is boiling on the pot, because the milk thinks that if Krishna is satisfied by mother's breast milk, what is the point of my life? So it wants to commit suicide by falling into the fire. So this way, we can all remember some sweet points from this pastime, and maybe we can share today if we have time. So here in this verse, the pastime is, as we said, almost going to be concluded. Yesterday, Viraj Krishna Prabhu very nicely spoke on the verse 38, which is again, I said, I can say one verse rocket, where if we follow that verse, the demigods are just about to leave, and they are telling Krishna, we are about to leave, please give us permission. So Krishna is still playing around with the rope and the mortar, and the demigods, they've just overwhelmed, the tears are flowing from their eyes, by getting darshan of Krishna. And after they come to their proper senses, then they're thinking, actually, these kopas are staring at us. This is not a place, Gokula, where Braj Bhakti is prominent, where Sakhyaras, Vatsalyaras, Madhuryaras, everything is so powerful. Devatas have got no place. We got no place here. So let us leave. And again, the sound of the crash of the trees was so loud that Vrajavasis will soon come. They'll think, who are these guys? What are they doing here? So before even Vrajavasis come, let us go from here. So they bow down to Krishna, and they are taking permission of Krishna to leave. So here they are offering they offered the prayer. Sukadeva Goswami is saying that yes, the two young demigods offered prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, he is the master of all and certainly Gokuleshwara. And for us, Prabhupada has given Radha London Ishwara, Radha Paris Ishwara, all these places which are owned by Krishna. So we can, wherever we are, whichever city we are in, we can go to a Hare Krishna temple, meditate on the beautiful form of the Lord. And Krishna is thinking to himself, yes, even though I have released the two devatas, they were, of course, they had been bound by my Maya, and then because of the blessing or curse of Narad Muni, they are here. Even though I have released them, but in my case, I'm bound. And Krishna is actually, then, you can understand, as we spoke last time, that he is not interested in the prayers of the demigods so much as he's interested in his playful activities. He's thinking, let me get back to my play. Why are you guys disturbing me? But then at the same time, Krishna actually thinks, he smiles and he thinks, okay, gopis have bound me. Now, Prabhupada says here that the two devatas, I have released them from the bondage, and they are, ready to go to their own abode. But in my case, even though I'm bound here, the gopis, my mother Yashoda, everyone is binding me here, but I still like to live here. Why? The word is love. Because Krishna says, yes, I'm ready to be bound. And when the word used is damna, damna means the rope. As we know, damna also is a rope of love. It's just not a rope of burden. So Krishna says, yes, as for me, I'm bound by the ropes of gopis and I'm subject to their chastisements. But still, I love that. So, in other words, Prabhupada says Krishna submits to being chastised and bound by the gopis because of pure love and affection. And that's what Satyavrata Muni also prays. That no, there's no point, there's no place for awe and reverence in this entire Leela. This entire Leela is completely exhibiting the love of the gopis, the love of Mother Yashoda. So many emotions are there, so many lessons in this pastime. So, when these devatas are about to leave, they're saying, okay, Krishna, please, with folded hands, we ask you that give us some instructions. Give us some instructions that we can hold them in our hearts. Let us be servants of Narad Muni. Let us be servants of Lord Shiva. Let us be servants of all the Vaishnavas. And then they get a bit of a courage because, Krishna is smiling. They are not very sure whether he's ignoring them and smiling and playing, but still they gather some courage. And after a pause, they add, they say, Krishna, let us be servants of your gopas, of your cowherd men. Let us be servants in Vrindavan. Krishna says, my dear Devatas, that service is actually very rare to achieve. Not ordinary people can get it. The Devatas say, the two sons of Kuvera say, yes, my dear Lord, that we know that the service in Vrindavan is very rare. But just look at this case. By Narada's grace, by Narada's mercy, we can see you now, which is equally rare. Getting darshan directly of the Lord, in his Balagopal form is extremely rare. But now, because of the grace of your devotee, we can actually get that opportunity. Now, we had offended Narad Muni. So if we as offenders have obtained what is unattainable, your darshan is unattainable, it's unobtainable, it's unachievable. But even when we are offenders, because of the grace of a Vaishnava, we have obtained what is unattainable, then now we have become your devotees. What will not be possible? So please give us the blessing that we can be servants of your cowherd men. So this is what the devatas are asking. And Krishna here in this verse is saying, okay, go back to Narad Muni and, serve him, and by his grace, you might be able to get that position. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just relishing my bondage, the bondage of my love to the gopis. Here, the word Sankirtita is used because the devatas are also saying, Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for us very mercifully, very easily, they've given us the Sankirtan movement. We have not got to do anything. Just chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yagyai Sankirtane Prayar Yajanti Hi Sumedesaha. In Kali Yuga, the only way of worshipping Krishna is Sankirtan. So the devatas are saying that, yes, allow us to do Sankirtan of your name, completely glorify you, so that when we do Sankirtan, especially in our case also, we can see that when we chant our rounds, when we do Sankirtan, all our limbs are engaged in Krishna service. When we play Kartal, when we play Mridanga, our hands are in tune, our hands are being used, our minds are being used. We are chanting the Lord's names, the tongues are being used, the eyes are being used, the ears are being used, and ultimately the hearts are being used in coming closer to Krishna. So when we do Sankirtan, the devatas are also asking that let us at least do Sankirtan, so that this way all our senses will be engaged in your service. So then Krishna is of course thinking, yes, these guys are praising me, and they're praising me because I've freed them from the bondage. But what I love is that Mother Yashoda binds me and scolds me instead of praising me. And still I'm being bound here, but still out of the love of the gopis, I stay in Gokul. We have heard the statement many, many times that the chastisements of the Vrajvasis please Krishna much more than the prayers of the Devatas or the hymns sung by anyone else in glorification, in awe and reverence. So ultimately, this Leela proves us that the love is the highest. Of course, we are not at that stage. We are not at that stage. So we follow the normal rules. Here, the Devatas, they are offering prayers, they've offered prayers, they've asked for benedictions, Krishna is pleased. And again, when Krishna is smiling, he actually is thinking within himself all these things, and then he breaks into a big laughter, ha 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 ha. And then suddenly Krishna realizes that actually no, they are leaving now. These two are my guests. These are guests of Gokul. They are leaving. I cannot ignore them. So then Krishna speaks to them, in the later verses. And the Devatas, they are with folded hands, they're offering prayers, and then they will go around, do the pradakshina, circumambulate the Lord, the tree, and then they're going to leave. Now, in the temple, when we do Tulsi Puja, when we circumambulate, so this is a nice point, when we pray, usually you will see even Brahmaji, when he's leaving, he's offering prayers, he's circumambulating the Lord. Whenever we go, even temples, when they are built, the facilities are given so that we go around the temple sanctum, so that the pradakshina of the Lord is being done. So this performance of parikrama, the parikrama means, pari means complete and krama means to walk. So completely when we walk around the periphery of the temple or the Lord or Tulsi Maharani, even of a Vaishnava. So this performance of parikrama or walking around the holy place is a very, very powerful ways of honoring that deity. When we do parikrama, how does it go? The prayer which we sing for Tulsi Maharani's Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahmatya Dikani Cha. Tulsi Maharani's circumambulation is so powerful that even a sin of killing a Brahmana is also mitigated. Now, there's a deeper meaning to that also. When we do the parikrama circumambulation, it's always done clockwise. We always do it clockwise. So this circumambulation actually represents the process, two things. One is the center and one is our movement around that. So there is static and then there is dynamic. So when we do circumambulation, like the Devatas are doing here to Krishna, it represents the process of living centered around that Tulsi Maharani or the Vaishnava or the Lord, so that particular deity. And so that's the sacred spot. When we go to the temple, we have Tulsi Maharani in the middle and then we circumambulate. Or when we go to any temple in India, we circumambulate the entire temple. Especially in South India, the temples are there and then there are 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 gates to go to the temple. The huge castles like built is there. Then there is, second gate, third gate. So we just circumambulate like that. So circumambulation means moving, and that moving is around a central place which is static, which is a sacred spot. So our spiritual life actually involves realizing our true potential for self-motivation and self-direction. So when we are circumambulating, we are doing on our own. In our spiritual life, we should be self-motivated and self-directed. But at the same time, we should be yielding to the pull of the center, which is the Lord the Vaishnava, the deity of Tulsi Maharani. So the static is the center, the dynamic is our movement. So while we are going around with our own motivation, with our own direction, our attraction should be towards the Lord. So this circle is the expression of this movement. And then stillness also is there. That's the balance between the dynamic emotions and the calm center. So we are taking care of our own japa, our own sadhana, but at the same time, we are helping in expanding Srila Prabhupada's movement. So this way, if we understand the circumambulation is a combination of a calm center, of a steady fixed center as the Lord, and then the dynamic motion around that, which is our progress in spiritual life. So this circumambulation which the devatas are doing is representing the equilibrium of the inner and outer life. That Prabhupada used to say that a devotee must be like an Englishman outside, like a Bengal tiger outside, and must be like a Bengali woman, chaste like a Bengali woman inside. So when we are within the devotee community, we should be respectful, we should be chaste, we should be, behaving nicely, dressing nicely, very respectfully, everything. But when we go out to preach, the courage, the boldness must be there. So this way, the circumambulation represents both the stillness and the dynamic part. So the devatas here are going to leave after paying their obeisances, after circumambulating. And Krishna is also making sure that before they leave, he speaks some nice words to them in glorification of Narad Muni. So I want to stop here and see if anyone wants to unmute and share your reflections from any part of this pastime, the entire pastime, which we have been discussing for last probably 4 or 5 weeks. It'll be nice to have some reflections from everyone. Otherwise, I can go to the next verse. One brave person to start.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
accept my pranams. So, of course, Prabhuji, for me, Damodar Leela is about, again, feeling the mercy of the Lord and realizing that whatever I do, whatever anyone does, without Krishna's mercy, we cannot achieve prema bhakti. We cannot, capture Lord in our vision, in our hearts. So we have to pray to Lord to give us that mercy.
Thank you, Mataji. That's wonderful. So you have touched on the mercy aspect of Krishna. Can someone touch on the endeavor aspect of Krishna, the second finger effort? Anyone?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So when Lord Krishna saw that his mother she was trying and trying, but then when he saw that she's really perspiring and the extent of her endeavor was such that she was becoming frustrated, but she was still trying and trying, and perspiring, that's when he gave the mercy.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Drishtva parishramam Krishna. So yes, when Krishna sees our parishrama, so again the word parikrama, parishrama means shrama, which is complete, the best you can do. So that's Drishtva parishramam Krishna. Prabhu, thank you very much for sharing that. Anyone else? We've got a few minutes left. Please don't wait. You can unmute and speak. Okay. So we continue with the next verse, which again, we don't have much time, but we see what we can do. Text 40. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Gyatam Mama Puraivaitad Rishina Karunatmana Yat Srimadandhayor Vagbhir Vibhramsho anugraha kritaha. Shri Bhagavan uvacha Gyatam mam puraivaitad Rishina karunatmana Yat Shri Madandhayor Vagbhir Vibhramsho anugraha kritaha. Shri Bhagavan uvacha Gyatam mama puraivaitad Rishina karunatmana Yat Shri Madandhayor Vagbhir Vibhramsho anugraha kritaha. Synonym, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Gyatam, everything is known, Mama, to me, Pura, in the past, Eva, indeed, Etat, this incident, Rishina, by the great sage Narad, Karunatmana, because he was very, very kind to you, Yat, which, Srimad Andhayo, who had become mad after material opulence and had thus become blind, Vagbhihi, by words or by cursing, Vibhramshaha, falling down from the heavenly planet to become Arjun trees here, Anugraha Kritaha, this was a great favor done by him to you. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the great Saint Narad Muni is very merciful. By his curse, he showed the greatest favor to both of you, who were mad after material opulence and who had thus become blind. Although you fell from the higher planet Swargaloka and became trees, you were most favored by him. I knew all of these incidents from the very beginning. It is now confirmed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead that the curse of a devotee is also to be regarded as mercy. As Krishna, God, is all good, a Vaishnava is also all good. Whatever he does is good for everyone. This is explained in the following verse. So this is a very, very beautiful verse. So many wonderful points are there. Krishna himself starts with the great sage Narad Muni is very merciful. Now, you can also imagine how merciful is Narad Muni, and we see the part Narad Muni plays in every Leela of, almost every Leela of Srimad Bhagavatam. Whether he's depicting his own story, whether he's speaking to his disciple Vyasdev, he's speaking to Dhruv Maharaj, he's speaking to Prahlad Maharaj. Almost every page, Narad Muni is there. He's so merciful. And then Krishna says, yes, by his curse, he has showed the greatest favor to both of you. And this is the position we have to understand, that I am in the position of Nalakuvara and Manigriva. I am mad after material opulence, and who has thus become blind. I'm blind to my spiritual progress. Even when we are, following the regulative principle, chanting for so many years, we have also to see where I want to be in next 1 to 5 years. Am I going deeper in my relationship with Krishna? Or am I still chasing after material opulences in the name of so-called my duty? So this way, we don't want again to fall from position where we are in. Prabhupada is very merciful. The entire parampara is very merciful. Our gurus are very merciful. This verse, again, hopefully someone who's speaking tomorrow will elaborate more on this, because the topic of mercy of Vaishnava is unlimited. We cannot just justify it in a couple of minutes. So may I humbly request that someone who's going to speak tomorrow speak on this topic of our position as blind people, and the mercy of the devotees, mercy of Srila Prabhupada, mercy of our gurus. And then, of course, Krishna being omnipotent, he knows everything. He knows our hearts. So I will stop here at 7 o'clock. Please forgive me if I've gone here and there. Sometimes when we give class and a lot of topics to be discussed, justification in 20-25 minutes becomes very difficult. So please forgive me if I have spoken something which is out of order. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anyone wants to share again their reflection on any of these verses? We've got a little bit time, and then we can conclude here. Okay, wonderful. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. May you all have a very wonderful devotional day. We are almost at the end of this Leela, As I said last time, please make sure that the form of this Balagopal always remains in your heart. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.